Hi guys! Welcome back to my 2024 makeup collection, Declutter. Today we are tackling lip products, and let me just say, if there were ever a cutthroat declutter on my channel, this is it. I am so ready for this one. This is the one that I am most excited for because I am simply sick and tired of bullet lipsticks, and I just really don't want to have this many. So this section specifically I think is going to be really cutthroat. Like, I really only want to keep a few. Lip glosses, tinted lip balms, on the other hand, I probably won't be quite as cutthroat there because those are my favorite categories of lip products. But I'm just ready to hop right into it. So let's actually just start with bullet lipsticks, since this is the category that I think needs the most attention. So these up here are what I would consider to be my bold lipsticks, and these are my nude and just more muted colored lipsticks. Let's start with the bold colors. These days I very, very rarely wear bold colors in the form of an opaque lipstick. I am much more likely to go for a tinted balm in those kinds of colors, or a gloss. Something a bit more sheer I feel just suits me better, so I already know I want to get rid of the vast majority of these. I at least do want to keep one classic red lip, just because I think, even though it's not something I wear often, I just want to have one of those to wear around the holidays or just for a fun bold look. So let me swatch my reds. This is Empower by BK Beauty, a warm red. This is Vibe Red from Makeup Revolution, a really fun, more blue-based red. This is a very pinky red. It's the CoverGirl 24-Hour Matte Lipstick in Thrill Seeker. Definitely not as much of a classic red as those other two. Then these two are more muted reds. This is the Queen Musea lipstick in Montreux. I really enjoy these Queen Musea lipsticks. I like the matte, creamy finish that they have, and I do think they have some really interesting shades. And then, speaking of interesting shades, this is the Bite Lip Crayon in the shade Stinger. I love it because it is a somewhat muted, but still really bright and fun red. I definitely don't think I would miss this CoverGirl lip color at all. I don't even remember the last time I actually wore this. I used to like really bold colors like this more, but these days I don't love them. Also, I swear this has shrunk in the tube. I'm telling you, this bullet used to fill out the whole tube, and now it's much thinner. Really weird. I've had this for a very long time. I would probably guess that this is close to expired, if not already, so I'm going to let go of that one. I also think I can get rid of BK Beauty Empower, even though I think this is a really fun color. I just don't use this color. There's no way I'm ever going to use this up, so I'm going to go ahead and pass this on. This is actually still fairly new to my collection, so this could definitely be passed on to a friend. I think the one classic bright red I want to keep is this Makeup Revolution Vibe Red. I just think this is such a fun shade. I love how bright and blue-based it is. It's almost like a more bold version of Bite Stinger, and I would say that's my favorite type of red shade to wear. So this will be like my one holiday red. I really enjoy the formula of these Makeup Revolution lipsticks. They're creamy, they're long wearing. I think for a bullet lipstick, this is definitely my favorite type of formula. So I will keep that. I definitely don't want to get rid of Bite Stinger. I just think this is such a fun color. You can't get it anymore. I bought it like right before Bite closed down, so I do want to keep this and at least attempt to use it up in my lifetime. I'm going to put this Queen Musea Montreux in a maybe pile. I'm not quite sure yet what I want to do with that, but actually no, I think I already know. I think I want to just pass this on. Even though I really like the color, I like that it's a muted red. If I'm going to go for a muted red, I'm just going to use one of my tinted lip balms. So yeah, I think I'd rather pass this on. This is another one that is still fairly new to me, so definitely can be passed on to a friend. Then let me just go ahead and look at these other three. This is a Berry from Charlotte Tilbury in the shade Amazing Amal. I just don't love berry on my lips, so we're gonna pass this one on. Another berry, this is Estate. This is the Estate Lip Thirst, I think is what this line is called, in the shade Pina. This is a fun purple shade. I definitely don't have anything quite like this, and it is a vampy color. I actually have used a fair amount of this considering how bold it is. This is the only really vampy lip color that I have. It's really something I only use in the fall and winter. I think I do want to hold on to this one for now. Then we have Art Walk by Urban Decay. This is a pink, and I do think this is a fun and cute color, but I just really don't wear pink lipsticks at all. So I am ready to declutter this one. So out of my bold lipsticks, I am keeping 3 and passing on 5. Next, for my nude lip colors, I do want to separate these out between warm and cool undertones. So these are warm, these are cool. Let's look at my cool ones first. So here we have Wet n Wild Skinny Dipping, a matte, really light mauve shade. Then a similar color to that is the Kaja Heart Melter in the shade Let's Chill. This is a very cool pink. Then a very cool pinky shade here is the Urban Decay Vice Shine lipstick in Local. Actually, I would not consider that a cool tone. Let me put that in the warm category. And lastly, we have Grace from BK Beauty. Love this one. Yeah, this one is the most nude, I would say, of these 4, at least for my skin tone. This is really close to the natural color of my lips. I really think I only need to keep one of these, and I know which one I want it to be. It's BK Beauty Grace. I love this. I really do love the formula of these BK Beauty lipsticks. They're very creamy. They really don't feel like a lipstick. They feel more like a lip balm, but with really nice color payoff. And I especially like that type of formula in a nude color like this. So I'm going to keep Grace and go ahead and pass on the rest of these because I really don't love cool pinks on myself very often, and I think that BK Beauty Grace can really suit any cool nude look I'm going for. So that was easy. Clearly, warm nude is my favorite type of lipstick color, so let's take a look at these. I probably will keep more from this category than previous categories simply because it's my favy. Let's separate these even more because some of these are awfully similar to each other and I definitely don't need to keep all of them. So I'm actually gonna go, let's start with this one. This is the most pinky of the lineup. This is Dorian by Queen Musea. Kind of a fun color. Actually, I'm gonna kind of try to go in order of type of shade. Then we have Kindness from BK Beauty, a really pretty peachy nude. Another peachy nude is Nectar from the e.l.f. Seriously Satin line. This one's a little bit more orangey than those other two. A very similar shade to that is Liar from Urban Decay. This one has a little bit more mauve to it than e.l.f. Nectar. Another very similar shade is the e.l.f. O-Face Satin Lipstick in No Doubt. A little bit more brown. Another very similar shade is Chauffeur Nude from Makeup Revolution. That one's really close to Urban Decay Liar, I would say. Another very similar shade is the NYX Shine Loud lipstick in Gold Crusher. This is that dual-ended product, but I'm just going to swatch the liquid lipstick side. The other side is a clear gloss that is supposed to make the color transfer proof. Yeah, this is very similar to some of these other ones. Then we have another one from Queen Musea here is the shade Molly Bloom. This one's really orange, like really orange. Maybe a little too orange for me. And last but certainly not least, we have the Estate Cream of the Cream lipstick in Fluffy. Within this warm nude category, I would have to say the more beigey browns are the ones I'm most drawn to. I'm definitely going to keep these two right here, Estate Fluffy. This is a really nice lipstick formula, especially for a nude color like this. It isn't fully opaque, and it honestly feels more like a tinted lip balm to me. And I've been wearing this a lot. I also feel like this color makes my teeth look more white. So really happy to keep that one. And then I would also like to keep this slightly deeper brown nude from e.l.f. This is the shade No Doubt. Great for a little bit of a deeper fall look. I am very ready to pass on this NYX Shine Loud liquid lip in Gold Crusher. This is a cool product. I do really like the shade of it, but I really don't like the way this wears on my lips. It's supposed to be a transfer-proof, long-wearing product, but I find that it really ends up wearing off of my lips in the same way that a liquid lipstick does, and as you can see, I don't own any other liquid lipsticks because I really don't enjoy that experience. So I think this would probably be much better suited to someone else. Even though this one here is a really fun color, Queen Musea Molly Bloom, it's just too orange for me. It's just too orange. So I'm going to pass that one on. The last Queen Musea lipstick standing here is Dorian. And I am going to keep this one. I think this is really fun. I actually wouldn't really call this a nude. It's more of a muted color to me, and I do think this is a really fun shade for the springtime. It's like a peachy pink. I really like the way this shade looks on my lips. It's another color that I think makes my teeth look whiter, and it's just a very flattering color overall, so I will keep that one. Then the last four bullet lipsticks are all kind of peachy or orangey nudes. This is BK Beauty Kindness. I actually think I want to go ahead and pass this one on. I think of my two BK Beauty nude lipsticks, Grace is my favorite. I do really like the shade Kindness, but I have had this for I think like almost a year now, and I've really hardly made a dent in it. So even though I like this color a lot, I think when it comes to nude, peachy colors like this, I have some tinted lip balms in this type of shade that I'm much more likely to use. So I think I do just want to pass this one on, and I'll still have a peachy light color in that Dorian shade. I'm also ready to pass on e.l.f. Nectar. I loved this one for a long time, but I just find the shade a little bit too dark and orangey on me now. So we're gonna say goodbye to that one. Same with Urban Decay Liar. Again, I just find this shade a little bit too deep. I think if it were a little bit lighter, I would enjoy it more. But if I'm going to go for a deeper nude, it's going to be something more neutral, like the e.l.f. lipstick in No Doubt. I think this one's just not quite right for my skin tone. So that one's going to go. And lastly, we have the Makeup Revolution lipstick in the shade Chauffeur Nude. I kind of feel the same way about this one as I did with BK Beauty Kindness. I do really like this shade, but I think I'm much more likely to go for a tinted sheer balm in this type of color rather than an opaque lipstick. So we're going to pass that one on as well. This one is also pretty new, so I don't need to hold on to it. Wow, that is so satisfying. So out of my 9 nude leaning warm lipsticks, I'm keeping only 3. So this category of bullet and just like opaque lipsticks, I started with 21. I decluttered 14 of them, and I only kept 7. That means I decluttered 2/3 of my lipstick collection, and I could not be happier with this. I'm telling you, I feel so free. I love this small little selection that I have. I think it's perfect for what I need, and I'm just ready to part ways with these. I'm ready to be a lot more choosy about what bullet lipsticks I invite into my collection. I'm really not going to invite very many into my collection unless I come across a color that is just like so perfect for me, but I feel so free. So let's tackle my other lip categories now. A much smaller category for me, but I still want to go through these. These are my tinted lip balms, and this is probably not going to be as cutthroat as the bullet lipstick category because I actually really like tinted lip balms, but I don't think I need to keep every single one of these. Again, I am just kind of categorizing these by shade. Let's start with my red tinted lip balms. I have 3 of these. As I said before, red is just not my favorite color to wear on my lips, so I think I only need to keep 1 of these. It's nice to have a nice sheer red lip. So first we have the Lawless Balm Stick in Cherry Vanilla. By the way, you might see some of these and think, I haven't seen that in your collection in a while. Some of these, especially my tinted balms and lip glosses, I had set aside because I thought that they were giving me an allergic reaction in my throat, when I am 99% certain that it wasn't an allergic reaction, but rather just a little bit of irritation. And I have been able to mitigate that problem by simply being careful with how I apply my lip products and making sure to wipe off the inner ring of my lips just with my finger. And that really helps me not get the product in my mouth and then swallow it, which then can sometimes irritate my throat. So I brought all those products back out, the ones I had set to the side, and retested them recently, using that trick and being super, super careful to remove the product from the inside of my lips. And almost every single one of them I was able to wear comfortably. So I've brought them back into my collection so we can compare them all. So this is the shade Cherry Vanilla from Lawless. Really like how sheer this one is. Let's see how much we can build up the swatch, because I'm curious to see just how opaque this gets. So that's about as much color payoff as you can get from this one. Then this is the AOA Studio Balm Shell in the shade Kitten. This one is a little bit warmer than Cherry Vanilla. And then here we have Tulip from Revie Beauty. Hang on a sec, I want to see how much we can build up the AOA swatch. If I just keep applying, how opaque does it get? So that's about how much color payoff you can get from that. Actually, it does build up to be pretty intense. And then Revie Lily, you can see it goes sheer, but this is another one where if you build it up, you can get some pretty solid color payoff. So the Lawless one is actually the most pinky red, followed by Revie, and then the AOA is more of a classic, like primary color red. This is tough. I'm actually torn between the AOA and the Revie. I think I can rule out Lawless because A, it's the most pinky red, and I don't love super pinky reds on me. It's nice because it's very sheer. I don't know, actually, why am I convincing myself that I want all of these? No, be reasonable. I think we can eliminate Lawless because but I like it. No, okay. I do like this formula. I think I would probably like it more in a different shade, but it's just so pinky red, and I just don't love pinky colors like this on my lips. And this one's actually super new. Like, I've barely used it. I probably used it less than 5 times total. So that one I think makes sense to pass on. I'm actually really torn between these two. I actually kind of like the shade of the AOA one better than the Revie. The Revie one is also super pink, and even though I like the idea of this one, I don't know why I'm twisting it all the way up. I need to calm down. I wanted to see how much was in there. Even though I like the idea of this one, every time I've worn it, I just don't love the color on myself. So I'm actually going to, you know what? I'm actually going to keep the AOA. Also, because this one actually doesn't come with a ton of product, which might be a good or a bad thing depending on what you look for in a product, but for me, that's a good thing because I think that actually means there's a chance I could use this up. We're going to keep the AOA and actually pass on the 2 more expensive ones, even though I'm tempted to keep them, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna be strong. Alright, then let's look at my Mauve tinted lip balms. I like these kinds of colors because they actually match my natural lip color pretty closely. So this is the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine in the shade Happy. This is, hello, the Jones Road tinted lip in Nude Mauve. I love it because it's a little bit more beige than a lot of mauves are. I don't love when mauve gets into very purple territory. I don't feel like either of these are. The Jones Road one is great. Like, this is my favorite, I think, because of how beige it is. And then this is another Revie tinted lip in the shade Dahlia. I would say this is the most pinky purpley of the 3. I do love the formula of these Revie lips, but I think, if I'm being honest with myself, this is my least favorite of the mauve tinted lip balms that I own. And I also really don't use this color much. I've had it for 6 months now, and I've made a little bit of a dent, but really not much, especially not compared to Lily, which is my favorite of the 3 Revie Beauty lip colors. Like, you can even see, in fact, let's just compare the 3 colors, how much I've used them all. I've had them all for the same length of time. Yeah, Dahlia and Tulip are both at about the same level. I've used them a little bit, but there's like really not much use. And then Lily, I have these twisted all the way down. Lily goes the deepest. So I've used that one by far the most. I definitely don't think I will miss this Dahlia color. It's just too pinky mauve. I do want to go ahead and keep both the e.l.f. and the Jones Road. The e.l.f. one truly is like a My Lips But Better shade. It's very close to my natural lip color, and I like that it's not too purpley plummy. Just a nice neutral mauve. And then Jones Road Nude Mauve I wear constantly, so like look at how much of a dent I've made in that. And I haven't had this for very long, so very happily keeping both of these. So now we can look at my warm-toned tinted balms. I've just lumped these all together, but they're kind of different from each other. So this is Revie Lily, my top favorite of the Revie line. Then this is another e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine in Cheery. A really fun, it's not swatching beautifully, but I promise it looks better on the lips than it does on my hand. And then, yeah, really fun coral tinted balm. And then we have the Quo Beauty Glowy Lip Balm in the shade Coral. This is a pH adjusting lip balm. I have to say, you know, I'm a little sick of the pH lip product trend just because they all kind of turn the same color. And I'm like, how much longer are we as a community going to be entertained by this? Obviously keeping Lily from Revie, this is just, I mean, I love it. So not getting rid of that. I think I also do want to keep e.l.f. Cheery. I have had this for quite a while. How much of this is left? See, not that much. This could totally, I could totally pan this. There's like a hair on it. Oh no. Lipstick gate all over again. No, it was just a cat hair. Yeah, really fun. When it comes to bold colors like this, I love having them in a sheer formula like this, because you can really customize how much color payoff you want. One swipe will give you more sheer color, but as you can see, you can definitely build up to get quite a bit of color payoff as well. I have been using this Quo lip balm more often lately, but I have to say, I like the color that it is in the tube better than the color that it turns on my lips. It really doesn't look coral on my lips. I mean, it has a little bit of a coral tint to it, but like all pH adjusting lip products, it just turns into that kind of sheer hot pink. And I feel like a broken record, but as I've said like 6 times in this video, I don't love that kind of pink on my lips. So while I would love to feel the accomplishment of using this up, I think I will not enjoy using it up, so I'm gonna pass that one on. Okay, so out of all of my tinted balms, I'm keeping these 5 and passing on 4, and I'm actually really happy with that. I think I'm proud of myself. Next up, let's take a look at my lip glosses and lip oils. I really think of lip glosses and lip oils as the same thing, just because a lot of lip oils really do just feel like glosses, and they all achieve a very similar effect on the lips. So as usual, I'm going to break these into color categories, and let's start with my light pink nude colors. So first one here is the Ulta Beauty Tinted Juice Infused Lip Oil in the shade Bougie Beige. This is definitely a lip oil that doesn't feel like a lip oil to me. It really feels more like a gloss, and it's actually quite opaquely pigmented for a gloss. Then we have the Rimmel Stay Glossy in the shade Bare Minimum. Then this one is fairly new to me. This is the Ciate London Pump Plump in the shade Blossom. This one, I can't help but giggle at this because, I mean, look at it. Look at how you dispense the product. You literally pump it and it comes out the hole. This is a nice sheer milky pink. I love milky pink glosses, and this does have a slight plumping effect that feels, it's like a minty cooling kind of feeling. It's not like a really painful tingly plump. And then this is the Kopari Lip Glossy in Birthday Suit. This I keep in my purse. Like, this is my purse lip balm. Both of my Kopari lip glossies actually I've had for a really long time, and so I want to use them up because they are getting kind of old. This one, yeah, I just keep in my purse, and this is like my on-the-go lip balm. I like that it has a little bit of color, actually has a little bit of a shimmer to it, and it's just a nice nude, sheer, milky color. I don't love squeezy tube lip balms just because I feel like the applicator doesn't always evenly spread the product around on my lips, but at the same time, I don't mind it. I will use it. I do want to use this up, so I'll keep that. I've also really been enjoying the Ciate Pump Plump lip gloss, even though somebody's mind had to have been in the gutter when they designed this. I actually love that it has an airless mechanism, so this will theoretically keep going up until you've used all of it up. So I really like that, actually. I think that's cool, and I really do feel like it makes my lips look plumper. So I'll keep that. I do think I want to pass on the Ulta Beauty Tinted Juice Infused Lip Oil. I think I got this as a gift with purchase. And the thing about this is I really like the shade, but you can even see, I don't know if you can tell on my hand here, but the pigment settles into the lines of my lips, and because the color is a little bit lighter than my lips, it looks really obvious. So I don't love this formula. I do love the shade, but I'm not a fan of the way that it sits on my lips, so this one I'll pass on. And I will go ahead and keep the Rimmel Stay Glossy lip gloss. Lip glosses I actually use up pretty regularly, especially compared to things like bullet lipsticks. I actually don't find them too hard to use up. I like to keep one lip gloss in my bathroom at a time, and that's the one I just kind of reapply throughout the day. And I find that I do go through them pretty quickly that way, so Rimmel Stay Glossy I will keep. This one, I think this one is a little bit too old to pass on to someone else, but I'm perfectly fine continuing to use it on myself. So we'll keep these three. Okay, now let's take a look at my Peachy, Bronzy, and Brown lip glosses. This one is actually almost finished. This is the one that I've been keeping in my bathroom. It's the e.l.f. Lip Plumping Gloss in Champagne Glam. I actually love these e.l.f. Lip Plumping Glosses. I think they are so nice. In the past, I also used up Pink Cosmo, which was a milky pink. Yeah, this is just a beautiful champagne, super glossy, golden shade. I love it so much. This is the Minori lip gloss in the shade Cozy. This is actually pretty close to being finished. I think there's about this much left, so this will be one of the next ones that I set out to finish. This is a nice, it's not the most glossy gloss. It's more of, it feels more like a lip oil meets a lip balm. And it's very comfortable, really pretty shade. I do think this will probably expire soon-ish, so I do want to get to using this up. I will say, this is one of my favorite categories within lip gloss and lip oil shades, so probably not going to get rid of very many of these. This is the Ciate London Bronze Glow Shimmering Lip Oil. Very sheer, really looks like a clear lip oil on the lips, but this is one of my favorite lip oil textures. It really does feel like a lip oil, but it stays on the lips for a good amount of time. So those are the three that have just a little bit of shimmer to them. 2 out of those 3 are really close to being finished, so I do want to just keep those and use them up completely. And I will definitely keep that Ciate lip oil. I have found Ciate as a brand pretty hit or miss, but overall I've really enjoyed their lip products that I've tried. We have 2 kind of milky peach lip glosses. This is the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip Plump in the shade White Peach. I think the sticker came off, but that is the shade name. I like these Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip products. I do think you have to be careful not to over apply. You really only need to click this up a couple of times. Once it comes in contact with your skin, it melts into your skin and turns into a glossy texture. So you definitely have to be careful not to over apply or they will get gloopy, but if you apply just the right amount, these are beautiful. I love this color. And then, like I said, I've had these Kopari lip glossies for a really long time, so I don't think I would feel comfortable passing this on to someone. But this is the shade Sunset Kiss. It's also like a milky, more yellowy peach than the Tarte one. But I really enjoy this. This I keep in my bathroom, and this I need to just try to use it up soon because it is quite old. So I will keep both of those as well. And then let's just go ahead and swatch these last 2 here. These are more brownie nude lip oils. This is the Say Glossy Bounce lip oil in the shade Push. It is a neutral leaning cool toned brown. Very interesting shade. I really like this shade in the fall time. I think it's so interesting and it's nice and sheer, so even though I sometimes find brown a little bit tricky to pull off. I like that this one doesn't pull very orange. The only thing I don't love about this is that it does kind of smell and taste like oil, because I think this is a fragrance and flavor-free formula, which is good, but I almost kind of wish it had a little bit of like masking fragrance or something, because it smells like a lip oil, and it always has. Like, I don't think the formula has turned or anything, because it has smelled like that ever since I opened it brand new. But I am going to keep this because I really enjoy the color, and I don't find the smell of it too, like, I only notice it as I'm applying it. It doesn't linger on my lips. And then this is the Sigma Renew lip oil in the shade Tint. This is one of those lip oils that is absolutely just a lip gloss. The Say one does feel more like a lip oil. The Sigma, just a nice nude, very sheer lip color. I enjoy this. I think this is something that I could definitely use up, and I don't really want to get rid of it, so I am going to keep those. So far, I'm not getting rid of a ton of lip glosses and oils, but that's kind of what I expected. Then the last category within glosses and oils are my reds and pinks. So here we have the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Gloss in You're Just Jelly, a sheer pinky red. Then this is the Ciate London Dewy Gloss in Heartbeat, which is a fun, bright coral red. I almost wonder if this has a little bit of a pH adjusting thing to it, but I can't tell. I guess I'd have to find out what is that pH adjusting ingredient and see if that's in the ingredients of this. I like this. They call this a tinted lip jelly, and I think that's a really great name for it. It does kind of have a jelly feel that I really enjoy. I'm definitely never in a million years getting rid of my Lawless Forget the Filler lip glosses. These are, like, if you want a very glossy, very plumped up look, these are it. These are it. So that's the shade Cherry Vanilla, and this is the shade Juicy Watermelon. Definitely getting close-ish to finishing Juicy Watermelon. And even though I don't always love pink on my lips, I really do like it in this lip gloss. I think because I love the formula so much that it overrides anything else. And then lastly here we have the Tarte Maracuja Juicy Lip in Hibiscus, which is really like a rosy, really, yeah, not nearly as pinky red as some of these others. More of a rosy nude. I like this. This is a mini as well, so definitely something I would like to use up. I would say my least favorite formula of all of these is the CoverGirl Yummy Gloss. I do think that this is kind of an overhyped formula. To me, it's just like any other lip gloss, but it does smell amazing. What I don't love about this formula is that it can get a little bit stringy and gloopy, but I like lip gloss so much as a category that even my lesser favorite formulas, I still am happy to use up. So yeah, I know this is probably a little bit anticlimactic compared to some of my other lip categories, but I'm keeping all of these, and I'm only getting rid of one lip gloss, really just getting rid of the one that I truly don't enjoy using. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm keeping 15 and passing on 1. I am perfectly okay with that. Now let's take a look at my lip stains. I only have a handful of these. These 3 are more peachy and these 2 are more pinky red. So here we have the Aether Beauty lip oil in Wisdom. I really liked this a couple of years ago, but I did give this another try recently, and I just found it a little bit too red. And this is a red lip stain that the stain it leaves behind is more of a pink. Then this is the Amuse Dew Tint in the shade Fig Dew, which is a little bit more nude than that Aether one. It's more of like a nude, warm reddish color. But this is another one where the stain it leaves behind is a little bit too pink. I think what I've figured out is that I really don't enjoy any kind of lip product that leaves behind that hot pink sort of stain on my lips. Just not, I don't know, I just don't love that. So I am going to pass both of these on, even though I do think the formulas themselves are really beautiful. Another one of these Amuse Dew tints. This is in the shade Soul Soul, and this is more my speed. This is more of a nude peach color, and it does not leave that pink stain behind. The lip stains that have the longest lasting stains are the ones that leave the pink stain. So I tend to like lip stains that aren't as long lasting, but that have more of like a peachy color. Another one of those, actually quite similar to that Amuse, this is the Kaja lip stain in the shade Peach Fizz. And I like this. This is a peach that's actually almost more of like a rosy peach, a little bit rosier than that other one. The only thing with this is it does get kind of messy around this part, but I'm just going to wipe that off. I've also been keeping this in my purse. Sometimes I think when I keep lip products in my purse, they get gross. Like the inside, I don't know, like little particles get in there, but it's fine. I really enjoyed this. I could totally see myself using, honestly, both of those up. They're kind of similar, but also different enough that I feel like it makes sense to keep both. And then I also have this e.l.f. lip stain in Coral Cutie. This is like an actual orange. Where can I swatch this? Right here. Yeah, look how orange this is. Again, because it doesn't have that pinky red base, it's not as long lasting of a lip stain as, you know, those first two that I swatched. But I really like the color. I think it's a fun, just glossy orange shade. It does look super orange on my hand here, but on my lips, because it's sheer, I think it just ends up looking like a really pretty summery coral shade. Actually, I think I could use up any of these three. So for my lip stain category, I am decluttering those two and keeping three. And just to illustrate my point, I'm gonna wipe these off and show you, see that pink stain? So they all left behind a little bit of a stain. The Aether one is definitely the worst offender with that hot pink color, but the Amuse one too, I mean, it's definitely not as pink, but I just don't love that color quite as much. The other three stains are just a little bit more muted, a little more natural looking on me, and yeah, just a lot easier to pull off for me. Okay, and we have made it to the last category now, which is lip liners. As always, let's kind of put these into categories. I have 11 lip liners. Lip liner, I really do love lip liner. I wear it pretty often, except in the summer. I do kind of, I don't know, I just get lazier with lips, so I don't use lip liner as much in the summer. But for the most part, year round, I'm a big fan of lip liner. Let's do Brownie Nudes first. This is Wet n Wild Brandy Wine, which apparently this was really popular in the 90s. And that is definitely the most like vampy brown that I have. This is Warm Spice from BK Beauty. Definitely like a fall shade for me. Actually pretty close to that Wet n Wild one, but a little bit warmer. Then we have Nudist from Jones Road. I love this Jones Road lip pencil formula. It's so just like the perfect level of creamy. I also love this shade. This is the Kokie retractable lip liner in the shade Nude. This has been a long time favorite. Warm Nude from Kokie, which is a little bit warmer than regular nude. So those are my Brownie Nude lip pencils. I will say I used to swear by these Kokie retractable lip pencils, but these days I don't actually like things that are quite this long wearing on the lips. These are nice in that they actually lock into place and are waterproof. The thing is, for me, I sometimes find these to look a little bit heavy on my lips, and I really prefer something that may not be as indestructible on the lips, but that just is a little more comfortable and that fades kind of gracefully, like the Jones Road. So I think I really don't find myself wearing this Kokie Warm Nude very much at all. So I think I am going to declutter that one, but I will go ahead and keep Nude just because this color is perfect. It's like my perfect nude shade, and I don't have anything else that quite matches this, so I do want to use this one up. But I will go ahead and pass on Warm Nude just because this shade is not quite my perfect nude. Definitely going to keep Jones Road Nudist. I love how neutral this shade is, and again, it's like the perfect depth for me. It's a little bit different than the Kokie one, but I love the texture of that so much. BK Beauty Warm Spice. I think I would like to use this one up this fall. And I think I'll also go ahead and keep Wet n Wild Brandy Wine just because it's kind of fun and vampy, and I think this is a good one for the fall time as well. It's also so hilariously long. Then let's see. I think I actually am going to get rid of my one red lip liner. I just hardly ever wear this. I just don't think I'm ever going to use this up. I used to think that red lip liner was essential to have. If you were going to wear red lipstick, you had to wear it with a red lip liner to keep it intact. But the one bold red lipstick I'm keeping, that Makeup Revolution one, is very long wearing as it is, and I just don't feel like it requires a lip pencil. So I don't need to have this in my collection. Then I have, let's see, another reddish one. I'm definitely keeping this. This is a softer red, and if I do want a lip liner to wear with a red lipstick, this is what I would use. This is the Essence Soft and Precise Lip Pencil in Happy. I love this shade. It's just such a beautiful soft red coral. It goes with so many things. And I actually like pairing a softer red lip liner with a bold lipstick. I just think it's a little bit more flattering on my small lips. So I'm going to keep that. Now, let's take a look at these two AOA lip liners. These are both kind of peachy. This is the shade Satin. Kind of similar to that Essence one, but just a little bit lighter. I really like that. I love light, peachy lip pencils. And then I think this one's a little bit deeper, but also peachy. This is Cuddle from AOA. The only thing about these AOA ones is that either this one or the other one, I can't remember, has kind of come loose from the bottom, and so it will fall out if you're not careful. Those are so similar. I don't know if I really need to keep both. I think I'll keep the lighter one, Satin, and pass on Cuddle, because it's similar enough to that Essence lip pencil in Happy, which I do like a little bit more. But then part of me is like, but I could use those up. Yeah, I'm really trying to downsize, so I'm going to pass on Cuddle. Then I have two kind of mauve lip pencils. We have Jones Road Mauve, which I love. Again, Jones Road makes a great mauve lip color. I love that they're not too purpley plummy. It still has enough beige to it that I actually find it really flattering on my lip color. And this I actually think I like. I actually think I like the shade Mauve even more than Nudist. So definitely keeping that. And then this is my last Kokie lip pencil in the shade Dusty Rose. I used to love a Dusty Rose. I just think it's a little bit too pinky plummy mauve for me. If I'm going to go for a mauve lip pencil, I'm definitely going to go for that Jones Road one. Really just loving those wooden lip pencils these days. I just love that type of format for a lip pencil, so I am going to go ahead and pass on this Kokie one as well. Okay, so I started out with 11 lip pencils. I am keeping 7 and passing on 4, so that's pretty good. Okay, that was so freeing. So I just counted everything up. I started with 62 lip products total. I decluttered 25 out of those 62, which is a good 40% of my lip collection. That is close to half of my lip collection decluttered, and most of those are bullet lipsticks, and I feel like the collection I'm left with really represents what I like best in lip products now. So very, very happy with that. Thank you guys so much for watching today's declutter. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss out on the rest of the declutter series. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!